This is Exleys on the NFL unfiltered. UK style, let's get into it.
What's up, guys? This is Exleys on the NFL unfiltered UK style. I'm Tony, and which way is it going to be? Yes, that over there is Steve. I always get that confused on the camera, I don't know how. So, obviously, as always, we start off with top stories, and I personally think this is a top story, in my opinion, being that I'm a Colorado fan and I've been rooting for Shedeur for a long time. He did get his first official NFL start this week, and I personally think that Kevin Stefanski disrespected him a little bit in the locker room. I don't know if you've seen the clip going around.
I haven't seen anything about the Browns game.
So Shedeur, he gets his first start, and the congratulations after the game was embarrassing. He was buzzing about the punt returner, the praising the blocks, hyping everyone up, and then just gives Shedeur this kind of, and our rookie Shedeur with his first start and his first win. Man, it was just kind of like, well done, mate. You've done a fantastic job. Not really. I couldn't give a shit if you played kind of deal is how I perceived it. But then the post interview with Myles Garrett, have you seen that?
I haven't seen anything from the Browns at all. No.
Myles Garrett's face. This fucking absolute bomb that Shedeur threw, and the camera pans, and Myles Garrett's on the sideline like gob wide open, fucking shocked. And then in the post-game interview, he's like, there aren't too many players that can throw like that. He's only going to keep developing and growing. Mate, I think he done amazing, and he is my player of the week. But I'll get to his stats later on when we get to player of the week. But I think he deserves a little bit more praise than he got, in my opinion. You should look it up. We've actually made the decision now when we send each other clips not to talk too much about him. I can't believe I didn't send you these clips from the Browns game. I can't even remember what the yards were. It was a good fucking game, to be fair, for his first start officially as the Browns QB.
Part of the problem with them not being interested in starting Shedeur is that's not who they wanted as their starter. They wanted Dylan Gabriel. So essentially, Shedeur was just going to be the backup. Because obviously they traded Kenny Pickett. They knew they were probably going to trade him.
Yeah.
They knew they'd need another backup. Deshaun Watson wasn't coming back this season. I doubt he is coming back this season. So they would need another backup. So everything that happened, in my opinion, what they wanted was Dylan Gabriel as their starter. They wanted him to become this star that he hasn't become.
No. And Shedeur's come in and performed just a little bit better. I'm hoping next week he plays just as well as he did this week, if not better.
He seems to be slowly progressing.
Yeah. Whereas Dylan Gabriel's gone the opposite way, in my opinion.
Yeah. Dylan Gabriel hasn't become who they wanted him to become.
Mm-hmm.
Especially not as quickly as they'd hoped. So they wanted Dylan Gabriel as their star. They wanted him to be the face of the Browns. But at the same time, every QB they've tried to make at the face of the Browns has failed astronomically.
I've seen a thing the other day. They've had 45 presidents, and the Browns have had 45 QBs.
Yeah. There's... I can't remember who it's from or anything, but if you look it up, there's a player, or a fan, should I say, who's put I believe every QB's name since like 2000 on one jersey. Mm-hmm. And it's the entire back of the jersey. They've had to minimise the names to fit them all on and shit. It's mad.
Crazy.
So of course they're not interested in him being the star. If he turns into the star, they'll start praising him.
Yeah.
But as their plan was for Gabriel to be the star and Shedeur to be the backup, it's not gone how they wanted.
It does seem to be that way, and I hope he doesn't. I hope he does go the way that the fans seem to think he is going to go. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully he does pick up the Browns a little bit. He's not going to turn the fucking Browns around. I don't think any QB in their single career could turn the Browns around that much. But I really do hope something good happens now that he is, even just temporarily, the Browns starting QB. Because I think as soon as Dylan Gabriel's ready, I think as soon as Dylan Gabriel's ready to go, he's going to be back in, and Shedeur's going to be sat back on the bench.
Yeah, they'll hand him the reins.
If he wins, I'd say if Dylan Gabriel's out for another 2 games and Shedeur Sanders wins the next 2 games, just say, or is a close loss, they'd be stupid to put Dylan Gabriel back in.
Yeah, 100%, because you can't then look at it and say, well, it's because rah-de-rah. I mean, let's have a look. They're 4th in the AFC North. They are 3 wins on the season. So if he wins the next 2 and puts them at 5 and 8, then how can you look at that and say, well, we're just going to hand it back to Dylan? But
wouldn't make any sense in the slightest.
It's the Browns. They've already let good people go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, they've had QBs that they should have kept. I mean, look at Baker Mayfield with the Bucks.
Yeah.
I mean, he got injured this week, but he's got them to the playoffs the last 2 or 3 years.
It does seem to be the Browns are called the Browns for a reason. Because they're shit. That's just our opinion.
It's not just a colour for them.
Yeah, on to the next one then, Steve.
Yeah, I kind of saw this one coming. Giants have fired defensive coordinator Shane Bowen after the overtime loss to the Lions. I don't think that was a bad game.
No, I watched it and I thought it was not a bad game. It was a hard-fought game.
Yeah, it was always going to be a hard-fought game, especially for the Giants, going up against the Lions.
Yeah.
Who are notorious for trick plays and outside plays, and when you think you've got them, they beat you.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Jameis had a great game.
What is not to love about a game that Jameis Winston is playing in? He is... Did you see his touchdown celebration?
Yeah.
I thought that was just fucking comical on its own. I think I've watched more clips of him recently than I have ever watched in my NFL watching time.
See all the clips from him at the Super Bowl reporting? Yes. Mate, they were the best thing about that week.
They've started circling around again. I think it's because he's starting now. And it's his...
So, I'm just looking it up now. He had 366 yards, 2 touchdowns, and only 1 interception.
It's mental, isn't it? It's fucking crazy. For a Giants QB.
Yeah.
For any game that the Giants have played in the past year or 2, I don't think they've had a game like that.
The closest one would have been Russell Wilson in I believe the first week he had 300 odd yards.
Yeah.
But then he just fell apart after that, so...
Yeah.
The Giants haven't had much luck this season.
It's like they have had their good game, and then it's fuck it, I'm done. I can't be, especially with Russell Wilson. I've played one good game. I don't need to give a shit anymore.
Well, he's already guaranteed a shitload of money, hasn't he? So it's like, well,
fucking idiots.
I'm getting paid either way. But yeah, I mean, for Jameis to come in 366, 2 touchdowns, and only 1 interception is pretty good. Considering how people have slated him before for having loads of interceptions and stuff. Mm-hmm. I think he played a brilliant game.
This could be his settling place now.
We'll have to see. I mean, he could start again this week. Yeah. If Jackson doesn't clear concussion protocol and Jameis gets to start this week, that's where we'll kind of see how well he's doing in New York.
So, next up, Malik Willis. Is he the best backup QB in the league? I'm going to say yes. He has the highest passer rating in the NFL, 118.8. That was as of week 12, going into week 13 this week? Yeah, so that was as of week 11. I haven't checked what it would have been, because he did play the last few snaps of the game against the Vikings on Sunday.
Yeah, I think one of the things to note, though, about his passer rating and what have you, is he hasn't played every snap of every game he's been in.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
He is a damn good backup QB.
But he has helped keep the Packers in the running when they've had to check on Jordan or whatever, or he's had to come out for a game. Or he is definitely one of the best.
I think we could comfortably take Jordan Love out for a few games and play Malik Willis and still be good, if not better.
You had to do that last season, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
What was it last season?
The injury after the Eagles.
Yeah, what was the injury? I can't remember. Was it his wrist or something?
His wrist or knee? I don't remember. But he
But
That was
yeah,
the first game in Brazil. I played the Eagles. Something happened to Jordan Love. We traded for Malik Willis from the Titans, and he played week 2, 3, maybe week 4. And if memory serves, we won them 2 or 3 games with him playing.
yeah,
That was a long time ago in terms of football and the amount of football that we consume at any given time on a Sunday.
So his current QBR rating is 100.
Still good for a fucking backup.
That's just for this season, though.
Yeah, that's still good for a backup as well. My eye looks really red.
That's better than some of the QBs that are actually in. His current rating for 2025 is 124.3.
And he's played
2 games, completed 3. No, in 2 games he's completed 100% of his passes for 13 yards, a touchdown, and his rating's 124.3. Last year, though, he played in 7 games, had 3 touchdowns, had a 51-yarder. That's impressive. His
So I'm
rating
pretty
for
sure
last
that was a
season,
dime.
his rating for last season was 124.8. So it's like 0.5 higher than what it is currently.
Tell me that's not the best backup QB. Do you know? I don't fully understand why the Titans didn't want him.
So I'm looking at his stats for 2023 when he was with the Titans. He only played 3 games, and his passer rating was 118.8. His first season with them, he played in 8 games, 31 of 61, 276 yards, 3 interceptions, 10 sacks, and a rating of 42.8. That sounds like the classic Titans problem. Their O-line is shit.
And he's come to the Packers, and our O-line is a lot better and only getting better, and we can protect the QB a lot better.
Yeah, I think you guys have stumbled on a hidden gem.
And I think we're quite lucky to have that hidden gem, if I'm honest. So Jordan
Yeah, and
Love
I
could be
think
taken out, and
The
we'd
only
still
way
be
you
good.
guys are the only way you guys are getting rid of him is for some fairly good return.
Mm. Yeah, it'd have to be a good return.
I would say it'd be like round 3, round 2 picks
Yeah.
to get rid of Malik.
Don't say it.
But not many people are that desperate for a QB. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I could think of a few that could do with a good QB.
Well, I mean that have got the capital to trade for it.
100%.
Those that have to get the capital haven't got that desperate need.
Yeah. So moving on.
Yeah, I mean, talked about this one a few times, but Odell Beckham Jr. is now reinstated back into the league. His suspension is over.
I think this
6-game suspension. He's now free to sign.
If I remember, this news broke just after I finished editing last week's podcast, so after we recorded it as well. And I was like, why did this not come out while we were recording? And we could have
I didn't see it till Saturday, I think. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure I seen it as it broke, and I thought I sent it to you. Sometimes I see them and fucking forget to send them to you, but yeah,
I
don't know.
think he's going to get signed.
I don't, but he could do. And is he a difference maker at this time?
No, he's not a difference maker. He's 33.
And this late in the season, what team that's already comfortable in their position that needs a 33-year-old heavy diva wide receiver?
In 2024, his regular season stats were 9 receptions for 55 yards.
If he was taking steroids, I think he was taking the fucking wrong ones.
That's on 18 targets as well.
That's crazy.
I mean, you look at his stats, and he's just been trending down.
Yeah, for a few seasons now.
Well, he dropped. So after he left New York in 2018, he had a really good year with the Browns in 2019, just over 1,000 yards. Then each year it went like this. 2020, 319, 21, he had 232, 20 with the Browns. He went to the Rams for 305. So he had 537, so better than the year before. Baltimore, he had 565. All of last season with Miami, he had 55.
Jesus Christ.
So he obviously wasn't played very much in Miami.
No, definitely not.
Oh, no, that's in nine games. He had 9 catches on 18 targets for 55 yards. in 9 games. So,
Crazy.
yeah, I can't see him getting signed. If he gets signed, it will be more for his presence, his knowledge. I can't see him being used as a starter. I can see him being more used as a third down relief sort of thing or something.
Yeah. I think now it would be a silly time to bring someone like him in.
I think it's time for him to retire.
Yeah, do the same thing Tyreek's doing. Start a DJ career. Or in his case, a modelling career, because he's not a bad-looking bloke, do you know what I mean? I think it could be worse things for him to do.
Trouble is, he still thinks he's going to get them $1 million contracts and be a star and be talked about, be in the headlines for his
still
amazing
riding on that
catch
one-hand catch. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like 5 years ago.
I mean, more than 5 years ago. Yeah, I was when he was with the Giants. He hasn't been with them since 2018. That's what it was, probably his 15 or 16 season. So it's nearly 10 years.
Mate, that's mental, isn't it? Anyway, I have a crazy QB stat of the week for you. So QB games this season with 400 plus passing yards, 3 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. Do you want to hear the list?
Go on, then.
Bryce Young. That's it.
Yeah.
So,
but the weird thing about Bryce Young is he seems to be one of these QBs that's up and down.
that's 400 yards plus, 3 touchdowns and 0 interceptions in a single game. And that was against the Falcons in, what was that, week 11.
Week 11. I was going to say week 11 probably. Because who did they just play?
They just played the Niners, and that was 9-2.
Niners. I remember it being the Niners. I suddenly remembered it being the Niners because it was Christian McCaffrey's first game against the Panthers since they traded him to the Niners.
Yeah. Where are the Panthers are 6-6.
Yeah, they've not done too bad. When you consider the last few years that they've had, they haven't done too bad.
No.
They still need help in certain positions, like most teams do. But I think they're not as bad as they have been in previous years.
And
I can't see them going past the first round if they make the playoffs.
Maybe not.
But I can see them just about scraping into the playoffs.
Yeah, so can I. When you put a team like the Panthers, who are 6-6 against the Niners, who are 8-4, they don't stand that much of a chance.
But
at the
also,
moment,
I mean, you look at the score from that game. It's not a huge. They didn't run away with it.
No, it's not a runaway game. 9-20 or 9-20 is. But
I also noticed. I remember seeing earlier both sides had like 5 or 6 picks off each QB.
I was in the middle of watching that game when I got a phone call and then forgot to put it back on because I went back into work. I didn't watch the whole game, the Panthers Niners game.
Yeah, I heard Brock Purdy had at least 3 picks.
Yeah, I seen him get picked off twice, and I only watched 4 minutes of the 20-minute.
Well, I was going to say, I heard Brock Purdy got picked like 3 times in the first half, I want to say.
I think you are correct there.
I remember seeing someone say something about it. And I saw someone compared Brock Purdy with Mac Jones. Mac Jones has at least 1 less interception so far this season than Brock Purdy. But their touchdowns are almost identical. But they paid Brock Purdy this multi-million...
Yeah, they can't get rid of him.
$50 million a year contract or something. That's why they've put him back in. Because he's supposed to be the face of the Niners, but it's looking a bit dicey this year.
Yeah, it is really, isn't it?
I don't think the Panthers done horribly.
No.
I do think... I don't know if he needs to develop more, but I definitely think Bryce Young's got some work to do.
I don't necessarily say it's all him. Last season he was shit. Last season he was absolute dog shit.
That's what I mean.
He seems to have spun it round. He's done a 360. He's playing so much better. He looks comfortable.
He's very inconsistent though. You know, he's that up and down kind of player. Trying to think, a bit like Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams is doing much better this year as well, but they're very inconsistent QBs, I would say. So I don't know if either of them will make that superstar list, but it's still early in both their careers. So
yeah, they've got a long way to go. I mean, look at the Bears are 8-3 this season so far.
Yeah.
There's not that many games left to play, really, realistically. We're going into week 13. They've got, 6 more games?
But it does make me quite happy because they were my surprise playoff team for the season.
Right, let's move on.
But yours could still make it. You chose the Panthers.
Yeah, they could still make it.
So they're not out. I mean, people are still saying the Chiefs have got a chance, and they're 6-5 or something. So it's not like they're completely out.
Both our league MVPs are out of the window.
Yeah. I was looking at that the other day. To be fair, where are we? I can't remember who. I picked Joe Burrow, didn't I?
Yeah, and I was Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, they both. It's not because they've been shit. It's because they got destroyed by injuries. So
yeah, yes.
I think if both of them were fully healthy, they would have had very good seasons.
It's going to be interesting to see who is MVP, the league MVP.
At the moment, it's looking like Stafford.
I can't say that he doesn't deserve it at all.
He has been playing absolutely brilliantly especially this season. Last season he played really well. This season he is playing phenomenal. I think he's one of the only other QBs with a low touchdown to interception ratio. I seen a thing that apparently in the last something like 20 games, he's only had 2 interceptions, or it's either 2 or 3. But in 20 games, it's a very low interception.
That's really good, isn't it? That is amazing. So moving on, the Saints. You read that, my friend. This one, I
thought this one could be interesting. I don't know if it's going to come off, but the Saints. It might be the Saints play in Paris. The league is apparently saying that they're gonna, or has been talking about having a game in Paris. There are rumours it will be the Saints and against who knows. I'm not so sure the Saints should be the ones to go there.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Play in Paris. I like that. I like that idea. They play over here. We've had games over here. We have 3 a year. They played in Munich. They played in Berlin. Played in Brazil. Spain.
Spain was this year with Dolphins.
Ireland.
The first one there. We
had one in Ireland.
Not this. Was it this year? I thought that was. I don't think that was this year.
I think it was.
I can't remember. But I know they have college games in Ireland.
Yeah, a lot.
There's one every year. But yeah, so I think Paris would be a good one to hit. They're going to do an Australia game, I believe.
Yeah, in 2025, the NFL will host its first ever regular season.
That's
game
right.
Dublin,
it was
Ireland,
the Steelers, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I can't remember who they played, but
the
Steelers.
Vikings. Because the backup QB for the Steelers got mugged in Ireland.
Yeah. I also remember the Vikings, weren't they here? Because weren't the Vikings playing in London and then Ireland, or vice versa, but they were here for 2 weeks. Yeah. I definitely think it'll be good.
Yeah, get a game in Paris. I think that's a good idea, but the Saints?
Yeah, I'm not sure the Saints is the one. I'm trying to think of who would be a good team to send there.
When you're thinking of teams that are internationally well known,
the Chiefs would probably be a good one.
KC, the Giants, the Jets.
I don't know about the Jets, but yeah, Giants, KC.
When you think of films and TV shows, it is always... So you don't see KC in TV shows, but I remember watching King of Queens.
Yeah, but what you got to remember what you got to remember at the moment is they're trying to appeal to the younger market.
Yeah,
so they haven't watched a lot of these films or these TV shows. So what I'm thinking of is the popular ones at the moment. They're very well known. The Giants are always well known.
Yeah.
So you got KC, who've been very popular over the last few years because they've been to a lot of Super Bowls. I would say the Rams, Niners.
Yeah, Rams, Niners.
Rams and KC would be quite a good one, I reckon.
Yeah.
Stafford and Mahomes. But that would be a game to watch.
That would be a really good game to watch. I couldn't think of any other teams that would be internationally popular, in my opinion. I wouldn't see Green Bay doing...
Ravens?
Yeah. I couldn't see Green Bay. I couldn't see the Eagles in a game like that.
But they'll say that, and then they've done over the last couple of years. Because, they've had the Brazil game and 2 of the last 3 Super Bowls we've been to.
Yeah.
But only in sort of recent years they've become popular with a lot of outside. This is getting off topic, but I found out there is a guy in Japan who he's a diehard Eagles fan. He has, I can't remember if it's a restaurant or a bar. I believe it's a restaurant. He opens it at night for fans to come to and watch the Eagles games live.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
It's like he'll open it and it'll. I saw a thing that it starts at like 3 in the morning, 2-3 in the morning in Japan, and
that's pretty cool.
They'll be up to watch the games and stuff.
I need to find more Green Bay fans to talk to. One of the guys on my flag team, he's a Packers fan, and one of the young lads who's 17, nearly 18, he's an Eagles fan. I only found that out the other day. I didn't realise he was an Eagles fan.
I've been around Swindon a lot. I've seen a few people wearing Green Bay gear. I see a lot of Raiders gear.
Raiders is massive. You can get that almost anywhere.
Yeah. That'd probably be a good one to throw to Paris. But as I say, I've seen Packers, I've seen Raiders. Who else did I see? I met a guy recently who was an NFL fan. Him and his son. His son was moving to America to go to play college football out there. Mm-hmm. He was, I want to say he was a Rams fan, maybe.
All right.
But I've never met an Eagles fan.
You've not?
Not a real Eagles fan in Swindon. I don't think I've ever met any.
I occasionally see people. I've seen a few Eagles fans in Basingstoke. Well, I've been driving down the road and I've wound down the window and I've gone, "Fly, Eagle, fly!" as I've gone past or whatever. And then, you know, when you're walking around and you see people wearing NFL gear and you're like, "You all right?" And they're like, I did speak to a guy that was wearing a Packers hat when we were food shopping one day, and I was like, "Packers fan?" He went, "Huh?" I was like, "Green Bay Packers fan?" He went, "What?" I went, "You got a Green Bay Packers hat on?" He was like, "What? It's my wife's hat, mate. What are you talking about?" I was like, "Okay, never mind." Just trying to strike up a fucking conversation. I sound like a right weirdo now, you fucking knob. It is what it is, though.
I randomly bumped into a guy at work. I was wearing my Flyers hoodie, who came in and he started telling me about how he's seen the Flyers live. He was living in Canada at a point in time, and one of his friends invited him to a hockey game.
That's pretty fucking cool.
I think he said like the late 90s, early 2000s or something, so it was a while ago, but that was a random one.
We digress, as always. So a Paris game would be interesting, but anyway, straight on to contract signings, extensions and releases. This week has been quiet for trading block, so there is nothing in the trading block because the trading window has closed. But Steve, you want to take away contract signings, extensions and releases?
Yeah, so not much, but there's a couple of extensions. So Browns have extended defensive end Alex Wright 3 years, 33 million with 21 guaranteed. These guaranteed numbers are getting insanely high.
They are getting really high.
It's like it's not giving the guys anything to actually work for anymore. Broncos extended kicker Will Lutz 3 years through 2028, which is interesting. Most kickers are just getting released at the moment, or traded or whatever.
Or they only usually get like a 1 year deal. They don't get
it's usually a really low.
Like that.
The Rams have extended linebacker Nate Landman 3 years, 22.5. Couldn't find anything about how much Will Lutz is getting extended for, about his contract pay or anything.
No, I've not been able to find anything either. It's not going to be a big amount. Kickers.
This one was quite interesting. I suppose it could have been in top stories, but Raiders have fired Chip Kelly. He is the highest paid offensive coordinator in the league.
Is it?
Yep, and they've just fired him. But I'm not surprised. I mean, Chip Kelly's shit. The Eagles fired him. He was their head coach. They fired him. Then, I don't know if it was before or after Andy Reid, but I don't believe the Eagles even took Chip Kelly through his full contract.
What did I watch?
Firing him.
I think he was before.
Also fired senior offensive assistant Bob Bicknell, who was Chip Kelly's right-hand man, apparently.
Who's going to take over?
So they need to find 2 guys now.
Wonder who's going to take over.
I don't know. At least in the meantime, they would promote somebody internally.
Yeah. I watched.
He was the head coach of the Eagles from 2013 to 2015.
That is when did Andy Reid...
So I believe that would have been after Andy Reid.
Yeah, I was just trying to think. I think it was Chiefs Kingdom, a documentary of the Chiefs. I was just trying to remember when Andy Reid went to the Chiefs after the Eagles, but I can't remember. But I think that sounds vaguely familiar to me.
I'm pretty sure it was after Andy Reid. I'm just looking it up now. He was coach of the Packers for a while as well.
Did he read?
Yeah, he was assistant offensive line and tight ends coach from 92 to 96, and then quarterbacks coach and assistant head coach 97 and 98. So he went to the Eagles 99 to 2012.
So it would have been after.
Yeah, it was almost straight after Andy Reid. Yeah, I mean, I've seen Deshaun Jackson and LaShawn McCoy, who are both former Eagles, from when Chip Kelly was there, talk about Chip Kelly, and he was not a good coach.
No.
And I've heard other players talk about him, and he apparently was a bad coach. So I don't know how he got the job that he was in.
It's a bit.
Hopefully the Raiders can get somebody going.
Hopefully. Let's hope the Raiders can get something going for those players that do deserve to have a decent coach. So straight on to injuries. There's only one real injury on the list this week, and it is the Sam LaPorta out for the season. Dan Campbell says Sam LaPorta had a back procedure and is now unlikely to return this year. I don't know what. I still can't figure out what has happened.
No, well, he was out for the Eagles game, and during that they were talking about. They mentioned at one point that he could return without doing an IR stint,
right.
Which is why Campbell's now come out to say that he's had a procedure. So obviously whatever had happened was worse than they'd originally thought, and he's had some back procedure that's pushed him further back.
Shit, isn't it? That's a big
But
loss.
I do want to know, you remember me saying about the Eagles lost a few of their guys to injuries during the game?
Mm-hmm.
One of the safeties that got taken out, Drew Makuba, has actually fractured his leg.
He has.
Yeah, and he's going to be out a few weeks.
Yeah, that's.
He was our rookie safety.
Shit, man. It's always shit when you got to add names to the fucking list, isn't it? Oh, fucking hell.
But I only found that one out earlier.
So, question for the viewers: who was the quarterback of your favourite team when you first started watching them? For me, it was Aaron Rodgers back in the day, a long time ago. It was like 2012, 2013. Who was the quarterback when you first started watching?
I want to say, it's going to sound weird, pretty sure it was Nick Foles, who went from Foles to Hurts. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to have to double check this because I could be entirely wrong. Because he came back. Yeah, he came back from the 17 to 18 season. Pretty sure it was Foles, sort of in between.
Yeah.
His second stint. This is bad. I don't know off the top of my head.
I know, because Green Bay's only had 3 QBs.
As I say, Green Bay hasn't exactly had a string of QBs, so
no,
it's not like you guys have got a lot to go through.
It's a low QB count.
QB by year. Let's double check this. So 17 was Wentz to Nick Foles, and that's when they went to the Super Bowl. Nick Foles. So it was Carson Wentz to Jalen Hurts. I remember seeing a lot of Nick Foles because they went to the Super Bowl. Because Wentz was supposed to be in the Super Bowl, but he got injured. But it was actually Carson Wentz 2020, and then Hurts came in 2020. But yeah, the Carson Wentz era was kind of forgettable, to be honest.
So that's the question for the viewers. Who was the quarterback of your favourite team when you first started watching them? I didn't pick a game of the week or a top game. I didn't watch enough. I watched the Packers game.
I can't
a little bit of red zone scattered in here and there.
Although the Giants and Lions game was pretty good.
Yeah, I like that. I also like the Browns game, but what can I say? There is nothing on the rumour mill this week. It's been fairly fucking quiet with rumours. I'm bypassing all the bullshit rumours that you see all the time that just are clearly not rumours. They're just full-on clickbait.
Yeah.
So we'll move straight on to player of the week, and you're up first, Steve.
Yeah, I mean, again, it goes back to that Lions-Giants game, but Jahmyr Gibbs had 15 carries and 219 yards. 11 catches for 45 yards, 3 total touchdowns.
It's mental, isn't it?
The guy's just getting better and better.
I don't think I've seen a game that he hasn't played fucking outstanding in. And it's not just he's good at his rushing or catching or touchdowns. He's a good blocker.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, it's very rare that he gives up like pass protection blocks or receiver blocks for people and stuff.
Yeah.
Like he's not just like a lot of running backs. You'll see him do the sort of the little chip block to try and do it. It's like he's trying to run through the rusher.
Yeah, I think
He's not just trying to sit there and watch them.
he mows through fucking everybody.
He will try and take a defender's head off. When he's actually got the ball, he's even more impressive.
Yeah, I like it.
He's a good guy to watch. If you like anything about running backs, watch Jahmyr Gibbs. Just follow him.
Yeah,
His highlights are insane.
I love his highlights. I don't think I've watched the highlight of the Lions, and he's got some of the biggest sections of the highlights, especially last year.
The thing is, he went a little bit underlooked for a little while when he got drafted and stuff, because the Lions weren't as big on rushing. But over the last couple of years, they've got very big on running the ball, and it's paid off for them.
There's been the drought of everything in the Detroit Lions franchise, and now everything.
Last year they went to the NFC Championship last year. Was it the NFC? No, they got the first round bye, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had the best record in the NFC, which was I think 15-2, which is bloody impressive.
Fucking amazing. Not as good this season, but it can't be the same every season.
I was going to say, I mean, you look at the Chiefs. They've had how many Super Bowls? They've been to how many Super Bowls and won like 4 or 5 over the last decade?
I think it's 5. They've been to 5 out of the last 6, something
and
like
they've
that.
won 3 of them or something. So what they've done is nothing short of a dynasty for the last 10 years. But this year, they're not looking as pretty. They could still turn it around and make the playoffs and what have you, but you're not going to look the same fantastic thing. I mean, look at the Eagles last season, and you compare them to this season. It's completely different, because the trouble is you will always lose players.
Yeah, you win the Super Bowl, everybody wants that player. Everybody
wants the free agents, everybody wants to sign them, they want that star player on their team. So it is what it is.
So my pick for this week, obviously, Shedeur Sanders, 11 for 20, 209 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and he only had 1 sack for a 3-yard loss. He has a passer rating of 87.3. For me, considering how hated on he was at the beginning of the season and how much playtime he hasn't had, and this is just from 1 week's practice with the ones, screams superstar to me.
I wouldn't go that far superstar, but I would say for a rookie in his first career start, that is pretty good. I'm not on the Shedeur hype train, but I do think he can be a very good QB if he's allowed to develop and practice and what have you.
Yeah, same. I mean, I like him because I'm a Colorado fan.
Yeah.
I kind of have to.
But I think if he's playing first team reps in practice and playing the games, he can develop into a good QB.
Yeah, exactly. So I have nothing else apart from a last viewer question. Should the Las Vegas Raiders fire head coach Pete Carroll? Yes. I
don't think they will, because they've just got Chip Kelly in his right hand man. But I think maybe after the season they need to seriously look at it. It hasn't worked. At least get rid of Geno Smith. Make him your backup. Make him a veteran third string, whatever. Yeah. But he is not working out with Vegas.
He's not.
In whatever scheme they're trying to run.
Nothing seems to work for Vegas at the moment. They just got beat by the Browns. What does that tell you?
QB.
A rookie QB who's only played 1 game.
Yeah, it sort of says it all, really.
It does really, doesn't it? I don't have anything else other than that. What about you, mate?
I'm done.
Thanks for tuning in to Exleys on the NFL. Follow us on Instagram at Exleys NFL Podcast and TikTok Tony Exley12. Hit the subscribe button. Don't forget we're on Spotify and YouTube Music at Exleys NFL. We will see you next week.
Thanks for tuning in to Exleys on the NFL. Follow us on Instagram at Exleys NFL Podcast and TikTok at Tony Exley12. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.